Camping World said there's a factory defect with Julie's RV, but Keystone disagreed. Now Julie's caught in the middle.
My RV has been sitting at Camping World with nothing happening for a year and a half now.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Liz. I get people the help they need when they're stuck in an RV nightmare. I'm excited to announce that through the power of this channel, over $3.5 million has been awarded back to customers in the form of buybacks, swaps, and cash settlements. So thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Today, Julie has lost use of her RV for nearly 2 years while Camping World and Keystone battle it out. And I'll have Keystone's response later in the video.
This is my first RV. I camped a lot when I was a kid with my family. And that's something that I wanted to do in the future. I know that I wanted it to be where I could go 2 weeks camping in it. I would be big enough that I had enough room for everything. Did a lot of looking around online. I found this seller in Fort Worth area. They had this one on their website. They sent me videos, FaceTimed me. Ultimately, I fell in love with it. It had everything that I was wanting. It was also a bumper pull, which is something that I needed. It is a 2022 Zinger. I paid $48,000 at Explore USA in Fort Worth, Texas. I didn't have a car that could pull a camper. My dad was willing to pull it from campground to campground for me, and then the dealer was willing to actually deliver it. That was a bonus. The dealer was about 2 hours away from us. I did not see it in person. I decided to kind of just take a leap of faith and trust that that was what I was getting. We agreed on the price and the delivery date. Then my RV was delivered a couple days later. I was super excited about it. I did my full walkthrough with the delivery guy. Everything was great, and I signed off saying that it was good to go. I went ahead and planned my first camping trip. We have one of the biggest camping areas around. That's where I camped as a kid. I planned a 2-week stay around the July time. My dad pulled the camper up there for me. It was awesome, exactly what I wanted. And then after the 2 weeks was up, my dad pulled it home for me. I had cleaned it, went through everything, plugged it in so it would still have AC and water. And then 2 weeks later, I had went into it to check to see if everything was good. Checked under the kitchen sink. There was just a little bit of water on the tubing coming down from the sink. It wasn't very much, but I immediately unplugged everything, made sure it was good. My dad had came over and tightened one of the fittings underneath the sink. We plugged the water back in, didn't see any more water coming on the tubing, so we thought everything was good to go. A little while after that is when I went back into the camper and I noticed that the floors were wavy in the living room area. Just the lino flooring was up and down throughout the whole living room. I thought it was from that leak. Immediately called Geico, started talking with them about it. Through the pictures, they had denied my claim. I took it to Camping World because they were 30 minutes from me. They are an authorized dealer on Keystone's website. They had also thought just the initial look that it was water damage. I had fought with Geico to actually have one of their inspectors come up to Camping World and take a look at it. They sent somebody up there. He inspected the whole entire camper. He also just thought it was water damage. So they had denied my claim again. After fighting with Geico, I had Camping World do a full inspection of the camper. I would like to pull up the vent and look into the flooring. When they did that, they realized that there was no water damage and that it looked like the glue had not been cured properly. Camping World told me that I needed to reach out to the manufacturer and tell them I have this defect in my flooring. I did that. I have an email from one of Keystone's representatives saying that from the pictures, it had appeared there was a defect in the flooring. And then she had sent the pictures over to a higher up. They denied my request, saying there was no defect in the flooring. I actually asked them to send it over to the lino people themselves. I had to email every single day in the morning asking for updates.
I want to note that Julie's RV is made by Keystone, which is owned by Thor. Thor is one of the big three. The way to remember the big three is WTF. That's Winnebago, Thor, and Forest River. If you have my RV buyer's guide, then you already know that I'm not recommending newer Keystones due to cost cutting, poor workmanship, and lack of customer service should something seriously go wrong. The guide covers over 200 brands broken down by specific years and models, so you're not just picking a brand, you're picking the right version of that RV. You won't find another guide like this because it's crowdsourced by surveying my audience of over 200,000 people, plus real cases I've personally worked on. Because as you're seeing on this channel, one bad choice can lead to a very expensive nightmare. If you're shopping for an RV or even thinking about it, this can save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. The RV Buyer's Guide comes in both print and digital format, and right now, for a limited time only, the digital format is on sale for 25% off.
I felt like I was being dragged around, as in they kept saying that they were waiting to hear back from the factory. They were waiting to hear back from the lino people. It was always an excuse. Finally, I got an answer that they were denying it. They denied that there was a defect in the lino. Kept on fighting with Keystone. I emailed them, I think, on May 21st, and I did not get an actual denial till July 28th. Keystone also tried to tell me that Camping World was not an authorized dealer, but if you go to Keystone's website, Camping World is the first one that pops up. That's the whole reason I took my camper to Camping World. Camping World had sent a claim to Keystone and it was denied. Camping World's telling me this, Keystone's denying it. I was very, very frustrated with this. I didn't know what to do going forward. I had asked Keystone to send somebody out to inspect it themselves. I was denied. I had sent multiple pictures, even got an attorney to send over pictures to them. They were still coming back with denying it. Their words were it was a damage, not a defect. Camping World did a full another inspection. They had removed one plank to expose the subfloor. There was no signs of water damage. Camping World is stating that there is no water damage and that there's ultimately a defect in the flooring. My camper has been at Camping World since February of 2025. I'm not sure why Keystone is still denying it. I've asked for a written denial letter of the reasonings. I have not received any of that. I call up to Camping World probably once a month now and just ask if they have heard anything from Keystone, and they still have not. I am just stuck in limbo. My RV has been sitting at Camping World with nothing happening for a year and a half now. We've had storms come through. It's sitting out in the open. It's not plugged in. Nothing's been turned on inside of it. I am still continuing to make payments on the camper, also insurance payments every month. I still owe about $40,000. I'm scared to cancel the insurance in case something else happens while it's up there just sitting outside. It's heartbreaking and it's really frustrating every day trying to hope I'll get an answer and I don't. Can't plan any trips. I can't move forward until something is taken care of with this. I don't know what to do next. If I was to do this all over again, I would not buy a camper from Keystone. There would be no way. Their lack of accountability, I was just simply asking for them to do the right thing. I feel like they should stand behind their product. They made that. If there was an issue with it, I feel like they should just fix it. Keystone has offered me a goodwill settlement of $2,500, which I have denied. I would be happy if they would just come pick my camper up, pay my loan off for me, just so I can be done with dealing with all of this.
I reached out to the top people at Keystone and I heard nothing. I waited a week and I reached out again. I included Bob Martin, who is the top person at Thor, which owns Keystone. Still nothing, so I will keep pushing. What do you think Keystone should do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you posted and I'll see you in the next video.